The Rocket Review is sponsored by Why Not Saloon.
We're so thrilled to have on the show two talented brothers, singers, songwriters, guitarists, Van Zant. I've got Johnny and Donnie Van Zant on the show.
Right. There you go.
It's like rock and roll royalty.
Thank you, sir.
Guys, I mean,
You're too nice.
No,
You're too nice.
it's the truth. You know, I was telling you too, Donnie. It's like I was at the gym the other night, and I'm playing, you know, the top 100 best rock songs. 38 Special came on first with Hold On Loosely, and then Sweet Home Alabama.
That's because they were last.
Hey,
It had to work its way to number one.
Hey, I'm sorry. You owe me 20
bucks.
You know, and I'm thinking, I'm having those guys on the show, and you got a brand new album out. Always look up, which is a statement that you always make, also, Johnny.
Yeah.
But it's like, I got to tell you, kind of surprised me a little bit. Not in the vein of straight Southern rock.
Right.
You guys took a new approach with this, Donnie.
Definitely. You know what it was, brother? We had it's like a bucket list of things that we wanted to do as brothers together.
Right.
Yeah.
And at the top of that bucket list was a Christian record. You know?
Yeah.
So we had a little thing between ourselves. We said, if we can bring just one person close to Christ, it'd be worth the whole process. You know?
Well, you know, and also, I mean, I hope the album will help pay for some of the dirt with the land. but besides that, you know,
it better be a lot.
It better be a lot.
You know, but also, you know, Johnny, you and I
sell
were
more than one.
Yeah, exactly. But it's like you and I were talking about it, Johnny, to where, you know, with the music, it's still the Southern rock that you guys were brought up on and are known for, but these are original songs.
Yeah.
Yes.
And
Yeah,
you brought in some friends also to co-write with you guys.
Yeah, we brought in Blair Daly, Blair Daly, and who lives here in town, in Nashville, and Mark Matega, who plays guitar for Skynyrd.
Right.
Been with us for years, and a guy by the name of Carl Lindquist, and besides that, but you know what? You know what's really cool about this record? This is cool, folks. Me and Donnie have never really wrote songs just between the two of us.
Really?
And there's like 4, I think, on here that we wrote just two of us.
How amazing.
You know, it's amazing when you're shut down for COVID.
Right.
The things you will do. You will hang out with this guy and write songs, you know. So, but it was, you know, COVID was a weird time for the whole world. But for us, I was off for 15 months with Skynyrd.
Oh my gosh.
And, you know, man, we just sunk our teeth into this. God put the lyrics on us. And it was an amazing time, creative-wise.
Well, and musically, you know, we were talking about it too, Donnie, to where, you know, you guys are so well known, hit songs after hit songs, you know, with Van Zant, with 38 Special, with Lynyrd Skynyrd, but the music is so good on here, you know, I mean, with the Southern rock, with the swampy sounds, but then also then you've got the Christian lyrics, you know, and you've got a song #1 on radio, on Christian radio right now with Jesus Christ.
Isn't that amazing?
And I'm listening to this, and I was telling you guys, it's like going, we're going to have to work this up for a church.
Yeah.
So now,
that's a long one, though. That may be a little bit to ask people to stand.
It's not as long as Freebird.
No, not long. It's funny you say that because the way that song kind of, it takes a dip. And people, most people that we played it for before we put this out, were like, oh, well, that's a really nice song, you know. And then all of a sudden it starts back up. And I call it the Freebird vocal, you know, at the end of it, because it's intense at the end of that song.
But you know what I also noticed on it, Johnny, to where you guys had, you know, just once again, Lynyrd Skynyrd, 38 Special, all the bands you guys have been with, and with Van Zant, have been known for having great backup vocals.
Oh yeah.
And you also brought that.
Oh yeah.
With the choir on here.
That's 3 people here in town too: Etta Britt and Jackie Wilson and
unbelievable
Ron Wallace. And man.
Ron's a great singer.
Yeah, Ron's a great singer.
It just brings it home. I mean, I think it really gives it
I got to tell you a funny
feeling.
joke. So we test drove these songs on my pastor. And so when we take them to him, he'd say, man, the background vocals are great. And I was like, well, what about the lead vocal?
How about the lead vocal, Pastor?
How about the lead vocal? He goes, background vocals are great.
But you know, that's the thing too. Whenever I started checking out the songs, I listened to the entire album, and so many favorite songs on here, such as "Praying," you know, and "Jesus Christ," "Leaning on the Cross." I mean, these are great new songs.
Thank you.
But also, you're both lead singers.
Yeah.
You know, so how do you decide, you know, who's going to sing? Because you both have very distinctive sounds.
You know what? I really wasn't planning on singing on it. I really wanted to come in and help Johnny as a writer.
Right. Right.
You know, because I have inner nerve damage, hearing-wise. So
What?
I wouldn't. What'd you say? but I wouldn't plan on doing it.
Right.
But he talked me into it.
Yeah.
It was quite a job producing me.
But also to do a family project
Yeah,
like
sure,
that, Johnny.
sure,
I mean, how much fun is that?
That's fun. It's fun. You know what? I'll be honest with you. We've done a lot in our career, but this has been a blast for us.
Right.
You know, we did 2 country records.
Right.
We did
That
Get
were
Right
well
with the Man
received.
and My Kind of Country. And we kind of lean on Get Right with the Man on the gospel side,
Right.
you know, because that's all about, hey, get right with the man.
Totally.
And, you know, it's been a blast. It's been a blessing, and it's a lot of fun. hanging together.
Anything we do together, we have.
Well, you know, and I was bringing this up to you guys before we came in studio. You know, once again, your songs, you know, from all of the bands you've done, all 3 of the bands and everything, have been in bars, have been all over the world. Now these songs are going to be in church.
We're covering all the ground.
It's like you're going to
We're
have a whole
covering
new
all the ground.
audience.
You know what? I love watching, reading the comments from folks about it, you know. And we've had 2 different churches where the music directors in the churches are working up Van Zant songs
Yeah.
to sing in
Wow.
the
I know.
church, you know.
I mean, that's like the full spectrum.
That's a holy moment.
That's a holy moment.
Literally. And that's what we were kidding too. You're going to have to change the merchandise. You know, Van Zant merchandise is going to be a little different
There you go.
than Skynyrd and 38 Special.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah,
just
sure.
slightly different.
Sure.
But,
Hey, you can check out the merchandise if you
but-
like our
but
stuff.
isn't that a good-
The cover's really
the
cool.
cover's amazing. It's gonna be on-
VanZantMerch.com. I got that one.
and on vinyl and autographed by you guys if
Yeah.
they get it through the website.
Yeah.
Well, that's the reason why we went with Frontiers Records.
Right.
Because they promised to put out LPs and CDs.
And CDs. We're old school, and we think a lot of our fans love CDs, even though it may be hard to find. But you know what? Albums, vinyl's coming back.
They are.
Totally.
It's
in
really
a huge
coming
way.
back.
Well, and also, as you were mentioning too, Donnie, to where, you know, sharing the word like this, and I know, you know, you have been there for Johnny as well, you know, through hard times, and you guys, you know, help each other. But it seems like also that the album is designed to help others. You know what I mean? Because you guys are being autobiographical. I mean, you guys are being honest. And I think that's where the songwriting really comes through. To share of
It
yourself
is.
that
There's a
much. in
song
the
called "Praying" that's on this album, and it's all about, you know what, we've been very blessed in material things, but there's always, during that time, there was something missing in our life, and it was Jesus Christ. And it feels good to say, hey, we loved it. We think it's cool.
Yeah, you want to tell them real quick?
What's
what
that?
we're doing now?
Now when the D-man runs after you, folks,
ready?
this is
Count
what
off.
you do. You go,
Jesus, Jesus, Jesus.
There you go. And he runs because he's scared of that.
We don't
day.
like that.
He's scared of that day.
Yeah, and Johnny, you got baptized and everything
Yeah,
too.
sure,
It's like,
sure.
I mean, but how great to be able to, you know, bring this music, and particularly as a family. And I was going to bring up, you guys, you know, with your dad being a trucker and everything, and your mom, you know, they're at home. But you guys were brought up in that with your dad.
Yeah, sure.
You know, sharing that message with
Yeah.
you. And then all these years later, it's
Oh my
like, we got
God!
to do this
Whenever
together.
he got to preaching, you didn't get up to use the bathroom, get a water, nothing. You were like, "Okay, yes, sir."
He had a big old fist.
Yeah.
So
he
you guys
should-
would
he
listen.
We listen.
That's the thing about this. People, you know what? We've had our dark moments. Surely, everybody does. You know.
Definitely.
And before I leave here today, I'm going to probably sin some way. But you know what? If you accept Jesus Christ, you're in good hands. You know, He forgives you of all that.
Well, and I mean, also to be able to do that with your brother and bring this music together with Van Zant, because you guys have had hits over the years.
Yes, sir.
Between Van Zant, 38 Special, and Skynyrd, obviously.
Yes.
You've got a legacy. You don't have to do more. But to be able to bring new music out that you create, and you recorded between 2 different studios.
We
Yeah.
recorded in a little studio in back of Johnny's house. He had.
Really? We recorded some there, and then of course most of it though was done up here in Nashville. We love Nashville,
What's
by
the
the
name?
way.
Sonic Eden. I think,
Sonic
studio.
Eden,
Right, I saw that.
John Albany, just a great guy. He has worked on this play. You know what? My experience, and I've got a little bit. When you cut in the studio, you're like listening to it on these great speakers, and you're like, "Wow, it sounds so good." And then you go and try to put it on something else. You're like, "What happened?"
Right.
But this place we have found is just amazing for transferring to different places. We're like, "Wow."
The room is so tuned. That's why.
Yeah, it's so
okay.
tuned
And it took
and
him a
so
lot of
fine.
years
I mean,
to
it's
do it.
Well,
unbelievable.
especially when you're going to vinyl, because
Yes.
you know, we know it's like, you know, vinyl to me still has the best sound quality.
Yeah.
You know, you don't have the compressed, you don't have the MP3s
Yep.
or the CDs.
Yep.
it's got the broadest
You know
sound.
what?
It's got a little dirt on it.
We went, we went round and round on that with this vinyl. You know, I'd forgotten how tough it was to make vinyl. And a guy by the name of John Mayfield mastered it here in town. And man, we just went back and forth. Yeah, okay, I think that sounds good. Yeah, you know, so he does a fantastic job.
Well, and obviously the question has to be then, this is being so well received with Always Look Up. I mean, with the singles that have come off, you're on Christian radio and everything now. So what happens with Van Zant, with this becoming a hit then?
You know what?
You guys, I mean, are you already
We're
working
gonna
on the
leave
second
that
one?
up to him.
I'm doing this.
We're leaving it up to him. You know what? As where we're at in our lives is that we haven't gotten here by ourselves. You know, we really haven't. And we never say never about doing things, you know. We just did a little bit of acoustic stuff the other day, and it was a lot of fun.
It was unbelievable.
And, you know,
I mean,
Donnie
I could hear really well.
Donnie goes, you know, we may be able to do it this way.
See? That would be amazing, though, to be able to have like an intimate tour like that, doing it acoustically, not with a full band.
Right.
And be able to go out. But also, I think that the audience, once again, listen to this whole album, and so many great songs on here. You know, Awesome God, Warrior, that I told you about. I mean, Speak His Name, Why God Brought Me Here, you know, feels so autobiographical.
It is.
To where it's like, I think that people are going to want another one. I think you're going to have to do
Well, you know what? We have another one.
We have a list in our studio of probably another 20, 30 songs.
At least,
you know,
at least.
Well, and same for you, Johnny, to where, you know, Lynyrd Skynyrd is not slowing down at all.
No.
You know, and you know, with the fans, it
You know
seems
what?
like
I got to tell you, we got a thing. We did a thing here, and Donnie was part of it at the Ryman, and we're putting that out next year in 25. And it was Gary Rosington's last performance with us, and so I've been really wanting to get that out. We used it on PBS for a while.
Yep, I
help
saw
raise funds for that, and but man, I'm really excited about getting it out to the fans because it has Jelly Roll, Marcus King, you know, Donnie, and Gary's last performance on it.
that
so
is
it's
incredible,
be a cool thing.
so powerful. Well, you know, and I obviously met Ed King when he was living here also. And once again, such a legacy with you guys, but also what a great thing to do an album like Always Look Up when you really don't have to. You know, you do it because you want to. And both of you as brothers got to write together, perform together, and do something special.
Definitely.
You know, and also with the lyric videos and everything coming out too.
Oh yeah, we had a bunch of them
And you
out.
guys take great pictures back here too. I mean, very photogenic.
Well,
But I mean, the
a lot
cover.
of Photoshop on there. Look at me today.
You guys clean up good. Still look like the rock stars you are. You know, and now you're living next to each other, so it's like if you got to talk about something, you just can't.
I can't get rid of him. It's like a bad rash.
You go over and ask
What are you talking about?
get, you know, a cup of sugar and maybe another guitar.
I know, another guitar.
He has done that.
I heard Johnny's got a Martin Cash one too.
Yes.
You need to borrow it. You know, you're working on the acoustic tour. Well, I'll tell you what, I want to make sure for our viewers, because the album is so good.
Thank you.
And I'm so glad it's going to, you know, obviously available on digital, but also on CD and album.
correct.
And there's going to be some special merch.
Yeah, there you go.
A little bit different than the standard
different.
stuff. But I want to make sure for our viewers that they know where to go, Johnny.
Okay, they're going to go to vanzantband.com or either Frontier Music.
Okay.
Yeah,
and then all the social media and
All the
everything
social
else.
media.
You guys are busy guys.
Yeah,
I
yeah,
thought you were retired.
I was.
You know what's funny?
But you know what? I can't with him.
You know, it's funny.
I-
Last night we were doing a bunch of stuff here in town, and he goes, "Man, I'm tired." I go, "Hey, you're out of retirement now, buddy. Welcome back."
Exactly.
You know what it is? I call him the melody guy. I mean, this man can come up with so many different melodies. I can't keep up with him. You know?
Well, and you guys play off each other so well on this album.
Yes.
You know, and you
yes,
can
we
hear
do.
it, you know, and there's just that camaraderie.
Yeah, we just have fun, right?
Yeah,
That's
we
what
having
it's
fun.
all
You know, at
about.
our age, we go, "Hey, if we ain't having fun, we ain't doing it." Forget it. We've already been through all the other hassle.
Oh
you
my
know.
gosh, well, I'll tell you what, however you consume music, I recommend you get the vinyl or the CD, and if you do it through the websites, Johnny and Donnie will sign it also. Van Zant, the new album, Always Look Up. Just great words of advice, great music. I want to congratulate you guys.
Thank you so much.
Donnie,
It's been an
Johnny,
honor and
thank
pleasure,
you.
man. We've had fun.
That's
That's a good. See, we're having fun.
We're having fun, and you'll have more fun when you get this album.
That's right.
The Rocket Review is sponsored by Why Not Saloon.